but not when they go west.
I remember in that first period, Joe, we talked about the Caps getting inside here in a hockey game. All 3 goals have been scored from the slot.
Coming again is Dowd right up the gut and a backhand. Score! Chychrun going to the post. It's 4-1. A little bit more than 5 minutes with which to work in the opening period. All Washington so far.
8:59 for the great 8. And we're going to watch that chase for sure. Another 2-on-1.
Van Riemsdyk closing in. Cross ice there. Deflection. Score! When it rains, it pours. Nic Dowd.
And it starts again in transition. You see Van Riemsdyk throws it in front. Puck watching is all the guys in white. That's been the story here in the first. They've had very little hits, if any.
That was a McNugget minute strike for Ovechkin. Good news for Caps fans. Off this turnover, Duhaime feeds. Down right on in. Kochetkov to stop. Rebound, score! Utah's lead goes up in smoke just 3 minutes and 45 seconds after McBain gave them the advantage. Duhaime closing in. Duhaime slots one. Score! Nic Dowd back-to-back in a heartbeat.
This Dowd line goes. It's 2 goals in 10 seconds. What a play by Duhaime. Throwing it across. 2 guys in Utah jerseys standing and watching. That's usually a problem, and it is right there.
Walled there by Ryan. Pull up. Sweep it down low. Down backhand. He scores! Beautiful cycle play. Washington's tied it up.
For the Islanders, here's the play. Look at Duhaime. Hard on the puck. Kicks it to the high slot. They break down the Islanders defensively, and there's the wrap around the right leg by Dowd. Excellent 3-way triangulation to the left of Varlamov, and the Cap will strike back quickly.
Dubois had 9 points in his last 11 games overall. Caps get the draw. Great setup. Score! Nic Dowd ties it at 1.
Set play. Watch it. Come back to the point. Dowder separates. Look at him get away and open up. And now everybody 3-on-2. You notice 3 white jerseys against the 2 red jerseys. Missed coverage. But it's because of the quick movement by Dowd getting away from the checkers.
Tournament he thought like Tom Wilson would flourish.
And in the toughest times, right? Like 1-1 games, tight games. That's where Tom plays his best.
Roy Spire score! A deflection in front. Nic Dowd gets Washington on top.
Nice low hard shot. And Stolarz couldn't get it with his right pass. Go down here, watch him get knocked down right there, slides. And the defenseman gets him, gets up immediate, gets to the front. Immediately gets up, gets to the front of the net. And there you see him coming around the net.
Dowd attempting to beat Tavares again at the dot. A veteran matchup there. A 50-50 loose puck to Wilson. Then Dowd on ahead. Protas will walk it home. Carlson winds behind the back for Dowd, who fires. Blocked there by Simon Benoit. Washington still in business. Dowd feeds. Sandin had that one blocked. That was Mangiapane perhaps. Then the follow to score. Nic Dowd.
Exactly the response you need. They put out their top player, and the Caps' 4th line goes out and puts on a forechecking display. And the puck goes backdoor to Dowd on this one. Their shots, and just a heads-up play from Rasmus Sandin.
Radish puts a bear hug on Gustafsson. Van Riemsdyk slides it for Chychrun and gets it back. Van Riemsdyk to the goal mouth. Radish to the front off of Dowd. Score! Nic Dowd.
And there you go, getting pucks to the paint with some friendly fire. That you can't get there. So here they go. Quick up to Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Down low, you've got traffic. And then as soon as Radish gets it, instead of going back to the point, it's into the crease. It gets a fortunate bounce for Dowd. And then he has stick on the ice. He's battling with his defender. Excellent work by him to beat the rookie Casper and scores it off the backhand.
Radish put it there. Dowd puts it in the back of the goal. Mangiapane with momentum through center. Full speed ahead to the outside. To the front.
Just puck patience by Andre Mangiapane as he wheels down the ice and skates it wide, and Nic Dowd gets on his horse, strong on his stick, gets it down, and puts that one top shelf and takes out the goaltender with it. There's not much you can do on this one. And I know that when I played and Locker played and pretty much everyone that played in the 90s and 80s and 70s and 60s, you went into the goaltender, they were going to take a pound of flesh. But right now, Andre Mangiapane's fit in so well with Duhaime and Dowd.
7-1-1 in the last 9 against Anaheim is Washington. Back through center on the move. Wilson closing. Wilson fires. There's no a save. Rebound score! Nic Dowd!
And Wills comes down the side. He's got a great feed, and it hits the shoulder. And Dowder going to the front of the net, stopping in the middle like you have to. And I thought Wilson definitely had it for sure. And then
Armory squad has been buttoned up tight on the PK throughout the season, on the road especially, almost 84%. Duhaime carries it along. Dowd gets to the outside. Dowd fires. He scores! A shorthanded rip. 1-0 Washington.
Here's Pasternak trying to kick the puck. He tries to keep a hard around in play. It doesn't happen, and that is a goal-scoring goal for Nic Dowd. What a shot. It couldn't have been executed any better than this. Off wing, gets a better angle, a straight shot to the net.
And a quick handoff to Sandin. Up the middle pass, Duhaime. Now, just getting it on side low here for Duhaime. And a shot here, and they celebrate. Was it in? Yes! It's in. The Caps lead with 3:09 to go. Delayed reaction, and Washington leads it.
Here's the play by Dowd, getting it to Duhaime. Look at that little pass, the chop shot, and the follow-up by Dowd. And there it is. Look at that. Right here, right under the bar. It hits the padding, so it's hard to see. Right under the bar and out. Dowd's on the board here.